right now projects are, if we were able to come on board, we can work with with the design team to realize that. I don't throw that up there just as to get us the job. We don't. We take square footage out of the building all the time. We just get to a certain point, we did it on Pawtucket, we do it all the time. And if the design team just has to be willing to work with us as a team to maybe say, this is the budget and this is how we're gonna get there.
So, yeah, what we largely do is, to Blaine's point, is early in the process, schematics, that's where we get our most value. That's where you can make the changes, in the design to reap the most savings, and then carry that through. So we like to call it, we like to work hard on that first budget, get that right, set a control budget. That's the budget that we're always going back to. That's all budget that we're always comparing back to. And that's our goal, working with the design team, working with the city, working with the school department, working with field, is driving the project to that budget.
Yeah. Early.
It's a good answer to a difficult question.
You know, I just think that, all I can say is, like I said, I'm in 5 districts and every one of those are on budget. Were they on budget when we started? No. But it's really working with the design team early, so they don't wanna draw things 5 times, right? So we need to get in together. That colo spot is awesome, because we all can sit together and we can get this on budget. Just from our experience, like I said, all our projects in the RIDE program are on budget. We did not go back to the city or town for more money. And I'm very, very proud to stand here and say that to you. It was work, okay? It's work. We can't sacrifice design and you can't sacrifice programming. We can't get you the budget. You're gonna lose your auditorium, but we're gonna get you the budget. That's unheard of. We can't do that.
I've worked with, I hate to admit this, but I worked with Zaccocio. I used to know the father. I've worked with Mark a long time ago. I've worked with them. I spent 3 hours on Sam's, just website. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very impressed with what they put out. So I would be willing to work with, those designers, and I think you've got 2 great teams. And we've worked with a lot of those people on the team. So if it did come down to having to, pull back on whatever we need to pull back to get to the budget, just as Gordon said, we'll get there. It's just sometimes it takes a little.
Any other questions? I would just say that, just coined an acronym here, NOPE, not another penny expended beyond the budget.
Right.
NOPE, not another penny expended. So that's
We understand
our
that.
coming out of the gate.
I'm not going to.
Yeah. And we've been clear about that.
Yeah, and I think, and that's why I said we need to get to the GMP fast, right? We need to agree on a number, sign the contract and build a project. So it behooves all of us to do that. We gotta get involved early. We gotta get, the estimating team, the designers, and figure out how to get you to your goal, which is budget.
Okay.
And we can do that. This team can do that.
No other questions? Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I know it's been a long day for you.
It has been. Take a
Not only
10-minute.
now comes the fun.
10-minute break. Okay, all right, as we're back, we all have scorecards to tally. Feel free to tally, and just for the sake of the recording, so the public will know, how this will work is the scoring sheets will be turned into left field. Left field will tally them all and announce the vote, the top vote, all the vote getters, and then we'll have a discussion on those results. And we will make a motion to accept one of the contractors from those results. It may or may not be the highest vote getter, it depends on the conversations. But so that's how this will work. We'll have done that, and then once we approve it, that'll get sent to the school committee for Tuesday night's meeting. And then assuming it's approved there, then we should be off to the races. So, John.
I'll collect the scoring sheets.
Harry, Steve, collect the tally sheets, thank you. I thought they were all good, we're obviously all qualified, that's not a question. All right, so we've got them all.
I didn't like how that.
How many, about 8 or 9? Maybe 10. I think there's 10 members of the committee altogether. So we-
Because Steve doesn't.
Yeah, Steve doesn't count, Steve doesn't count, Jeff doesn't count.
Well, my.
And while you count, you matter, of course.
Nice guy.
Where's the other guy?
He leaves you in charge?
How's Kyle doing? How's Kyle?
Good. Chris, when John's done tallying, can we just put that up on the Promethean, right? We won't have it up on our display, but when he starts speaking, you'll see it up there. That makes sense?
Yeah, you'll see it reversed, but you'll see it's not variable.
Okay. Unless you can create a PDF and send it over.
Yeah, then I can share.
You want to put us on hold for camera?
No, just keep that. I'm just gonna let John know.
Oh.
Tally?
He's told me you're doing, a fire station and, we're doing one in Plymouth. Yes, and we put we've got a couple other ones going too. The screen about show up mock channels with public safety. So we're gonna do fire and police. I'm working on that.
Is that what GF Craig?
Yeah, I like that. That's the design build.
While John tallies,
With DF Craig. Who's doing work with DF Craig? How do you like Scott?
He's a trip.
He is a trip.
So while we are recording, so just so you know, I just want to take a couple minutes. I want to thank everybody for taking a lot of time out of 2 days of the week to come to this meeting. I know everyone's busy. Everybody's got other things they're doing. I want to thank Jeff Taylor for sitting in and running all the audio or the video on this thing. Left to me, I can't guarantee the results. But I think this is one of the biggest steps we're going to take throughout this entire project. So, you know, and I want to thank everybody for their time and the effort and the questions, because it is a commitment that volunteerism. So we're all volunteering. No one's getting paid here. So, but I know I appreciate it. I can speak for the school committee to say that we all appreciate it. And I'm sure the superintendent feels the same way, so.
And I really appreciate it because this decision for Mike and I is critical. And it is it's the key to the project. The first was left field, that choice. And the second is this, above and beyond what we do. Thank you.
Oh, hold on, my notes. I'm trying to get a PDF momentarily. So when we're all done. Response to all the contact, all the people who think
Yeah.
Good or bad. She should probably sign that. Superintendent and me. No, that's my fault. And I'll get with Jenny after, and we'll send everything to the school committee for Tuesday. So.
I'm good. I don't have any kids. We got about 280.
Like 1,200 kids,
Oh,
but,
is it that many?
uh-huh.
Oh, my bad.
That looks good, huh?
Sure do.
You can handle both you and Alvin. Not a problem. Candace can handle you both.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue.
After school detention, Friday detention, Saturday detention.
Gonna go back to high school with all that detention.
Lunch detention.
Yeah.
You organize the pages like me.
Yeah. It was actually good to see you.
I will not be denied windows. I will not be denied windows. Uh-huh. Did you? I was like,
This spot, the inside top, no windows.
you remember.
Remember it was snowing, raining, and sunny out.
I know. Thank you for lunch, Stevie, then. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, yeah.
For all you guys do, thank you.
It's not Capitol Grill, but what the heck?
So Mike, are you officially on? No.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Right now, I only eat one given day, I'm on the Ed McMahon diet.
I should realize that.
There's a time component you can find out, that's. Something happens.
I just saw. Catch up in the sleep.
Let's have a CNS.
My daughter, that's my daughter.
I broke my tooth on that. You can't praline. No, they can't do it now. Oh, they can't now. Never had a cavity in my life. They said around 40. Well, it's because I grew up in New York City, all the fluoride in the water.
Like every grandchild.
What happened to me, I had a root canal one time, they put a temporary cap on.
Wouldn't be enough.
It was easy. Shit, just-
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna take like a 5-minute break and let John finish tallying. So, we're recording, but there's nothing to record, so he's still tallying, so. Okay, John's taken all of the tally sheets and he's combined them into one master form, which he's got up on the Promethean board, and we'll be sharing that shortly for the recording. But, okay, Chris, you want to lead this? Just say what the final results are?
So sure, so after a lengthy qualification process, a shortlisting, or not even a shortlisting of firms, a lengthy qualification process followed by a comparison and leveling of costs, followed by the interviews we have today. Allberg Downs joint venture came in with a total point score of 112 points.
Hold on. Scroll up just a little bit, John, to frame this properly. So here we have, here's the total combined based on the level pricing received. And I'm sorry if that is what you were reading, but just to show you, we have still the total with just the pre-con for combined total for pre-con and Pilgrim, Tollgate, and then not just pre-con, but every level pricing in for the combined Pilgrim only and Tollgate only.
So that's.
So we're looking at total combined.
Yeah, so total combined. Go ahead.
Total combined would be pre-con and construction fee.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if we scroll down, across all metrics of the way that we scored these proposals, Demio has come out on top with a total combined at 125. Second place is Gilbane at 123. Third place would be Shawmut at 116. And in fourth place would be the Allberg Downs joint venture at 112 points.
Okay. All right, any discussion, well, from the committee as far with the results, or observations about the presentations? I'm looking at you, Mr. Smith. Well, you look like you're ready to speak.
Well, whoever we go with eventually, I just want to make sure that they have, when I say capacity, I mean that buying power for both schools to get the best price. I think that makes a big difference when we're looking at who we're going with, especially in terms of when we're trying to save money in different places. I'm not saying that's the all, be all and end all, but I think that's a really important lens to look at in terms of buying power versus someone who doesn't have those contacts or doesn't buy in that bulk. That's just one of my thoughts after listening to the presentations.
Mr. Chair.
I think the scoring reflects that.
All the contractors today brought some solutions to the table that we should consider
Absolutely.
in the design without compromising square footage or programming. And I think they should all those ideas should be considered in the process as we move forward.
Anyone else? Yeah, I would just say, I thought, obviously, all the presentations were good. I think to Mr. McCaffrey's point, the outside of the box thinking, I think some did more of it than others, and I think that's reflected in the scores as well. If there is no objection to the scoring, I would seek a motion to award it to Demio as the highest point scorer.
I'd make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Kravitz,
Second.
seconded by Mr. DeCourt. Any discussion, further discussion?
I just have
Yeah.
to clarifying question.
Yep.
Awarded to Demio on the combined approach for both schools?
Yeah, let's modify the motion. I'm looking for a motion to approve to Demio for, to award to build both schools.
I would amend my motion to reflect that,
Okay.
building both schools.
Mr. Kravitz has amended his motion, it's seconded by Mr. DeCourt?
Yes.
Okay, any discussion on that?
Is that, are you factoring in for not just pre-con only for the entire package, correct?
This is the
Correct.
entire package, yes. Okay, all right, hearing none, I'll call the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, the official award is to Demio. Now will be the time for public comment. Mr. Holmes, you're here, do you have any
I
comment?
won't drag out this meeting much longer. I just want to assure you, they do. they have that buying capacity. They have access to a labor force that's gonna bring this through and through. They've got, I think, the human relations element as well. That's gonna put you, the superintendent, the assistant superintendent, everybody at ease. They know how to build. They can do this concurrent.
Just to follow up that, I just looked at Demio's engineering news ranking. They are the 6th in terms of volume contractor in New England.
In New England?
In New England.
What's Gilbane?
Yeah.
Gilbane is 2nd in New England. But, I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Well, Gilbane's 3 times the size of Demio, who's 3 times the size of Shawmut, who's 3 times the size of Allmore. I don't know about Downs. That's primarily how it works out.
All right, there's nothing else. I look for a motion to adjourn. So moved. Moved by Mr. Lucy, seconded by Mr. Holmes. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Turn off the recording.
Thanks a lot.
Turn off the recording.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That was easy.